Some netizens say, every long-term single person will have a faint worry, will I end up lonely for the rest of my life? A few years ago, a fan of mine messaged me on Discord and told me about her thoughts. Her ID was too long, so she asked me to call her Pancake because she has a round face like a pancake. She said, "Do you know, I dare not sing songs about loneliness. Because I'm afraid that if I sing, others will think that my usual independent appearance is just a facade, and I'm afraid they will think I'm very pitiful." Pancake got to know me through the stories I wrote. At that time, she was already 30 years old and had never been in a relationship. Her whole family was going crazy. Whenever someone mentioned that she still didn't have a partner, her grandmother could burst into tears on the spot for 10 seconds. The closest she got to love was with a good-looking guy from her previous company, with whom she had a good relationship. One day, the guy solemnly sent her a message saying, "I have something important to tell you tonight. I only want to tell you." Her colleagues all analyzed that this was definitely the rhythm of a confession. He was never close to anyone else, only exceptionally friendly to you. If this isn't love. She was very nervous. What should she do? She had never thought in that direction before, it was so embarrassing. Then that night, the guy gathered his courage and confessed his feelings to her. He was gay. He only told her because she looked clueless and could keep his secret for him. She almost had a heart attack, seriously injured. What made her most disappointed was that her best friend, who had never been in a relationship either, used to keep each other warm. But later her best friend got into a relationship and neglected their friendship. It was usually okay, but she hated holidays the most, mainly because it magnified her loneliness. Her social circle was very small, and she had no chance to meet new guys. She even started to consider whether she should tell her parents in advance and let them prepare themselves psychologically for the possibility of her being single for the rest of her life. Before telling her parents, she also had to find out which brand of fast-acting heart-saving pill was more effective. When she was 33 years old and still didn't have a boyfriend, she bought expensive retirement insurance. If she didn't have a husband to rely on, at least she needed enough money on her own. Honestly, every time I heard her say these things, I felt sorry for her. Regardless of gender, few people want to be alone for the rest of their lives. Who doesn't want to have a beautiful love? At the age of 34, Pancake found love. They met at a Japanese buffet restaurant. He was one of her clients. He said, usually when girls go to a buffet, they have 3 or 4 plates in front of them. She had a stack of more than 10 plates in front of her, she could eat a lot. He liked her because she could eat a lot, and she looked so happy when she ate. He thought it would be interesting to marry a girl who was so satisfied and happy with her meals. "I couldn't stand it, this is unbelievable. It's like a Korean drama plot." She said, "If you saw his appearance, he's not handsome at all, and it's nothing like a Korean drama. He just has a standard rectangular face." Mr. Rectangular Face got engaged to her shortly after they met. When I was at the newspaper, there was a Valentine's Day survey titled, "What kind of love do you want?" I sent it to many friends, forced them to answer, and sent it to Pancake, asking her and her boyfriend to answer it for me. They both wrote their answers seriously. Her boyfriend, Mr. Rectangular Face, answered, "The kind of love I want is to give her a good life. I know girls like romance, but I have never given her any surprises. Our wedding was very simple, we just invited a few relatives and friends, 2 tables of guests, just a symbolic ceremony. I want to buy her a better ring and take her to the Maldives for a second honeymoon. I have been saving money, and I recently took on a part-time job, so I should have enough by the end of next month. There's one thing I've always felt guilty about, every time she cries about work, I don't know what to do, and I don't even know how to comfort her." Pancake's answer was like this. "The kind of love I want is not earth-shattering, just everyday. My husband is a very honest person, he never says sweet words, but he remembers every little need I mention. We have a lot of mosquitoes in the summer, and he covers me with a cool blanket and sticks his legs out, saying, 'Don't worry, dear, this way the mosquitoes will only bite me, not you.' I had to take an exam before, and the test site was in the suburbs, very desolate, and I needed to find a place to eat and nap at noon. In order to let me take the exam with peace of mind, he got up at 6 a.m. to scout out the eating and napping places, so I could go directly there at noon. It was a cold winter, it took courage to get up from the warm bed. He messages me every day, the content is very trivial. For example, it's raining, I'll pick you up after work. For example, I had a great lunch with colleagues at a restaurant today, dear, I must take you there next time. For example, I'm on a business trip today, and I met someone from Hong Kong on the street, I feel very close to them. Because you are from Hong Kong, I feel that everything related to Hong Kong is beautiful. A few days ago, I saw a sentence, it's hard to remain calm in front of someone you deeply love. When the other person is sad, you always feel a little at a loss. What I like is his unskilled and unsophisticated appearance in love. Every time I cry, I look at him being at a loss beside me. While I'm sad, I'm also moved by his confusion. I know clearly that he cares about me. When I read their answers, I was really touched. Haven't I posted a sentence I like, everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end yet. Everyone will have their own unique love. So for those who are still single, don't worry, the kind of love you want is probably on its way. Just wait for the day when you personally sign for it.